Hi, it's Mike Stevenson here. We're just at the Nordic Integration Summit today, and Rik and I have found something that's a little bit older than BizTalk, so we thought we'd come and stand next to it and record a video. It's good to see you, Rik. So you're Zua here for the summit this week, and you're speaking.
Yeah.
So I think my question for you is, after this morning's sessions, what caught your eye this morning, what you find an interesting to go back and talk to customers about?
So I think it would be remiss if I didn't say that Ken's keynote was actually quite exciting. I think
It was really well presented.
the positioning of logic apps to help with building agentic apps, building that control plane for AI applications, I think is a really powerful story, because we know, right, that logic apps has been sort of a low-code solution for a very long time, so that really sort of democratizes and opens access. And the other session that I found really, really engaging, Toon Van Hoot's session, which was about 5 design architectural patterns for building AI apps, really sort of built on what Kent was talking about for things like building MCP-style apps, building agent-to-agent apps, and again, really sort of contextualized it for me for how we could plug these things together.
So I think one of the things that was quite interesting was Kent's slides where he had kind of the big architecture building blocks. It was really interesting to see integration services. Obviously it's Kent's area, but right in the middle of that architecture, obviously you had, infrastructure on the bottom, security, you had application, integration services and data together, and then obviously AI over the top. It was quite interesting to see how much that's brought integration back into the big part of the game, hasn't it? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, we've been saying for ages, right, that if you want to do AI or machine learning or any of those kinds of things in an organization, your data is key. And how do you get data between systems? How do you ensure cleanliness of data? How do you ensure that you're moving it to the right places? It's integration, right? So I think the positioning of APIN as that sort of universal storefront for internal APIs for the new MCP support that they've put in there, combine that with using things like logic apps, which we've used for a long time to move data around, to do our orchestrations, to do our integration play. I think it's really just underlining that a lot of us in the integration game, we've all got the grey hair, and sometimes it feels like old man shouts at cloud with this. But it's nice to see that the youngsters are actually going, you know what, there might have been some magic in what you were saying.
And I think the best bit for me is the conversational agent. That means we don't even need to build a UI for any integration demos anymore, which is like, that'll keep me in a job for.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a really good session this one. So what are you looking forward to tomorrow?
I'm going to enjoy the panel session tomorrow. I think, at least in part, because I still feel like I'm a bit of a curmudgeon when it comes to this AI thing, because I've seen what can happen when things go wrong. You know, confabulations, hallucinations, whatever you want to talk to them. People placing too much trust in the system. But on that panel with me, we've got people like yourself who are a lot more maybe open and enthusiastic to doing these things. I know you play with agents. I remember that demo you did a while back, right? Where it was, can we use AI to do our transformation inside a logic app by coding app?
That was 2.5 years ago, that maybe.
God, was it really? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I've got to say, I'm going to give a plug, right? This is a really well organised conference. I love single track conferences as a speaker because I can sit in the audience and I can watch all of these sessions that I might not go to myself, and I can just soak up the knowledge and the difference of opinions. And the organisers, I think, have put a really nice agenda together that there's lots of sessions here that build upon each other. And I think it's a really great event.
So I think it brings on to a really good question, actually, because obviously we'll have the Integrate event in something like 7 months' time, probably something like that. What do you think will be happening when we get around to Integrate by that point? Because obviously the challenge the last few years is you never know what will come up until you I think we're on a bit of a roll now, so this event's going to be top Integrate with content. It'll be interesting to see in 7 months' time what's the thing we don't know we're going to be talking about.
It's good, isn't it? It's like a 6-month tick talk with Nordic Integration Summit and Integrate. I'm still sitting on the fence with some of this agentic stuff. I think I would hope that by the time we get to integrate next year, we're starting to see some real solid case studies, not just the, we've had a bit of a play in this, that's great. A lot of organisations are now starting to really dig in and say, can we assess the ROI? How do we assess the ROI? Let's do some measurement. And I'm starting to feel that also by the time we hit summer next year, whilst the AI bubble might not have burst, there might have been a bit of a shake-up of some of the more vaporware style players, and we'll start to be looking at consolidations into real actionable patterns, actionable use cases.
Potential mainstream use cases as well, so
yeah.
Edge cases.
You'd hope that we're really starting to reach the right point in the Gartner hype curve, right, where we're starting to see practical applications and not just, hey, this is a bit cool and let's have a play. And I think that ties right back to where we started with Kate's session. Practical applications with a good, solid, trustworthy framework to build our applications was an important step.
Thank you very much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of the summit.
Thanks, Mike. Always a pleasure.